But listen, first and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do, alright? Also, I do want to give you a brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, alright? Only take what applies and leave the rest behind. Lastly, you already know my voice too raspy to be whispering, alright? So again, this about the time you probably want to hit that volume. Now look, before we get started, for those who asked, again, the tickets are available. The link is in my bio, alright? Also, before we jump in, I want to say thank you so much for all y'all's loves, all y'all's likes, all y'all shares, all y'all subscribes. You understand? Like, I appreciate you. Also appreciate you going on to other platforms as well. You understand? And hitting that follow button, because they steady talking about TikTok's about to be taken away. So I'm glad we still aligning. Now, look, right? This is a download that I got that guy's like, nah, you gonna have to get up. See, I was trying to take a few days. You feel me? God was like, nah, I need you to get on there. So this is somebody's confirmation, all right? Now, look. There's times where you have to walk away from individuals, right? Karmic individuals. Certain individuals that do grimy things to you. Certain individuals that disrespected you, hurt you, used you, abused you, so on and so forth, right? Now, there's times that you had to walk away from those individuals to save yourself. To save certain abundance that God had for you, because he wasn't going to give it to you as long as you was connected to those people. See, they seen that you was going to get some type of payout. They seen that you was going to get inherited. They didn't know how it was going to happen, but they knew that it was going to. So what did they do? Certain karmics tried to attach themselves to you, or attach themselves to certain people that you know that was close to you. In order to attempt them, they thought that as long as they with them, they was going to get those blessings too. Whole time God was like, nah, I'm not going to give you this until you get those people removed. So there's certain individuals that you had to walk away from them in order to save you. In order for you to align with your purpose in your future, it didn't require you to be connected to these people, all right? So there's certain instances for that. But there's certain people right now that's going through a back and forth because it's a different type of situation. You're having to walk away from people to save them. And when I say that, I just seen 333 in the chat. Let me say this, right? There's certain individuals that you try to help. They done been used. They done been abused. They done been disrespected. They've been sitting there battling certain addictions. They've been battling certain mental illnesses, depression, so on and so forth. There's certain individuals that you are close to, that you know they deserve better than those people that is giving those things to them. You know that those individuals are better than their circumstances. You know that they have gold in them. You know that they chosen too. But sometimes chosen ones allow other people to persuade them to not make certain moves. Sometimes chosen ones get too caught up in the 3D. When I say that, because you had to realize, chosen ones, before you came here, you made an agreement with God. You already got to the promised land in a sense. You already broke through certain cycles. You didn't already ended certain karmic cycles that you was in. So therefore, you volunteered your services in a sense. God gave you certain gifts to live with. So yeah, you went through certain experiences, but certain experiences you survived based upon the gifts that you got from God. Not everybody else has those privileges. So you gotta realize that these situations, these experiences, it ain't happening to you. They're happening at the expense of the fact that you was sent here to help other people. You go through certain cycles so they can see you get through them, so they can break free and see that they can do it too. You understand me? So I want you to realize that there's certain scenarios, but some people get too caught up in that 3D. You start forgetting that you are undercover boss. You forgetting that, again, you in that 60 days in a sense. Like that show where there's somebody that's really innocent, that's a good person, but they go behind closed doors. They go behind and get locked up to, again, get some type of inside information. I want you to realize that some of you were on a job, but you forgot that you was on it. Some of you, again, was here just to help other people see that there's the other way. Sit there and pour love and light into them. Show them again that they can make necessary changes. But if they choose to operate that free will and choose not to accept it, then that's not something that you're supposed to hold up the line with. See, after this person, you're going to go on and help the next person and the next person and the next person. There's certain things that you're supposed to be out here accomplishing, showing other people that they can get to it too, just based upon the fact that they witness you do it. See, sometimes you get caught up on this person denying the help. And you, again, sit there and forfeit providing that help, enlightenment, love, light, and abundance to somebody else. See, you got to help those who want to help themselves, chosen ones. You could tell them all day that they chosen. You could try to show them you loved, you like, you this, you that. You could speak so much abundance things into them. But if they don't see it when they look at them, then they are going to think that what you saying is capping in a sense. You understand? They're not going to believe it. So you out here keep trying to persuade them. Meanwhile, you not doing your purpose, because now you focusing on your time to try to convince them to come with you to the promised land. When now, again, your back is turned to other oppositions trying to focus solely on them. You got to keep it moving. Allow God to go ahead and tend to them. See, sometimes you had to leave individuals to save them. Now, this is somebody's confirmation. We're going to talk about it, right? There's certain individuals that you told them, your family's foul. Your friends ain't your friends. They really your foes. Your baby mother or baby father out here trying to sell your soul. You done warned them about certain people putting magic on them. You done told them about certain family that was, again, trying to keep them restricted. You told them about certain plans that people was plotting against them. But again, these individuals couldn't see it. They were stuck in an illusion. See, they was hearing those sirens. If you remember, like on Black Panther, right? I think Black Panther #2. Or certain stories about Odysseus, so on and so forth, about certain sirens that call out to certain people. See, they singing this beautiful song, So You Think. So this is equivalent to certain sirens calling those people in. See, you done told certain people that they family, again, wasn't right for them. They need to get away from these certain situations. You told them that their stability wasn't there. That's where their restrictions was. But they ain't listened to you because they was caught in an illusion. See, when these sirens start singing, you closed your ears. When these sirens start singing, you made sure you was nowhere near. See, you seen through what they was trying to sing to these people. See, God was so strong in your ear that nobody else could come through. All you heard was God, in a sense, talking to you, communicating with you. See, these other individuals allow these sirens to call them in, persuade them to be out here doing drugs, drinking, out here sleeping around, doing this, wearing themselves out. These other individuals came singing this tune, making them look like they were so beautiful too. It was all an illusion. You try to stop this person from moving. You like, nah, listen, you don't need to go towards those people. That's really not your people. You don't need to go towards those songs. That song is not something you need to sing. See, you was out here trying to let them know. But again, they was caught in an illusion. So you started trying to protect them in a sense. Now you got all of these chaos, all of these war. It's almost like war in a sense. Now let's talk. When you was connected to these individuals, trying to put them on and put them up on game in a sense on what other individuals was plotting against them, these people start plotting on you because you was making this individual see clearly on what they was trying to do. See, there's certain individuals that attacked you because you was out here saving your twin flame. You was out here saving your soulmate. You was out here saving your neighbor. You was out here saving certain strangers. You was out here doing your job. You was enlightening what was going on. So therefore, there's people that try to sacrifice you, try to sabotage you, try to shut you up based upon the fact that people were willing to listen to you. You had their attention. And the things that you started to mention end up calling out what they was doing. So there's people of other people that start attacking you based upon the fact that, again, you was saving them and protecting them from those type of people. See, when you tried to warn them again on what they friends and family was doing, they was caught in an illusion. All y'all saw was certain chaos getting thrown at you. All you seen was certain trials and tribulations that was getting tossed at you. All you seen was certain crazy things. You seen shots coming, but you ain't really know who it was coming from. There was a time where, again, you had a false start with a twin or a false start with a friend, so on and so forth. There's a couple of false starts that you didn't have. Certain people that you knew intuitively that this was some love that was going to last. You knew that this was your person, and they may have knew it too, but sometimes one person becomes aware than the other person because that's who's supposed to come through and help save them from other people. But you tried to get in that warning. You seen, again, so many distractions. You seen so many targets targeting you. You seen so much craziness. This could have been, again, problems happening time after again. Car breaking down. This person talking about they need help with your child. This person talking about they need this. This person talking about you for that. It just feels like things start getting overwhelming. So you telling them like, listen, we got to get out of here. We not safe. So therefore you try and show them that you on that mission. God was like, listen, if you get to me at any point, see, before you even came down on this path, right? God told you a few things. If you ever need me, go towards me. As far as your intuition, that's like calling. God was like, listen, I want you to call my name out. I'm telling you I'm there, quick, fast, in a hurry. How they say you don't got to worry type vibe, right? So all of a sudden, that ain't no mountain high type vibe. That might be somebody's song. But God was like, if you ever get in a tricky or sticky situations, one, I want you to use your personal pager. That's your intuition. I want you to get on that radio, that frequency in a sense. Because when you elevating, these other dark entities can't hear you communicating. So they don't know what conversation's going on between you and God because they not tapped in. So God gave you all of these pre-warnings and certain things to do if you ever feel like you trapped in. So at this time where you started seeing certain chaos come, you start falling out with certain people and you wondering what was being done. See, you knew you couldn't save your twin, or you knew you couldn't save your soulmate, or you knew you couldn't save your son or your daughter, your mother, your brother, whoever it is. You knew you couldn't save them if you stayed in the battleground. In a sense, you had to get to higher ground. You needed to stop who was shooting. So what did you do? You had to go to God and you had to get recruiting. See, when individuals was attacking you, your partner may have chose to stay connected to those individuals. Your partner may have chose, nah, these my family members. Nah, this, that. They don't mean that. No, they may have, again, may not have been able to see past that. They may have been caught in an illusion. So when you seen certain shots coming in, you like, listen, we got to get to higher ground. That you was in the darkness in a sense. You was dimming your light. You was lowered down. So you like, listen, we got to get to higher ground. That means we got to get closer to God. And I know that we going to be protected. So you told your twin, you told your friend, whoever the case may be, and they may not have chose to listen. So you had to leave them because, again, in order to save them, when you seen certain people shooting certain things towards them, when you seen certain things happening, you knew that in order for them to break through that illusion from these people, you had to get to higher ground and go tell God what was going on because they knew no better. So in order for you to save them, you had to leave them. So that's when you isolated to elevate. You understand? That's when you got closer to God. That's when you start paying attention to what really was going on. You was on the outside looking in. And that's when you started realizing exactly who it is that was targeting your homie, lover, and friend. You started to see exactly what it is, what they was doing, and how they was doing it. See, when individuals said that, when you heard in school when they say no child gets left behind, they was reciting some things from God because none of his children, his true chosen ones, his true seeds is going to be left. You understand me? So again, if he has you temporarily leave these people in order for you to get to him, for him to come and help lift them, then that's what he going to do. So there's certain people you had to walk away from. You had to allow them to see firsthand what it is that these people was doing. They had to get through and break through their own illusions. See, Whole time, they thought they was by themselves. They ain't realize that you was above elevating, in a sense, taking certain individuals out. See, this is the time that you start seeing who was doing it. Oh, your baby mother was doing that. Oh, your cousin was doing that. Oh, your false friend was doing that. Oh, your aunt was doing that. Oh, your uncle was doing that. Oh, your father then did that. You start seeing exactly who it is and where those attacks was coming from, in a sense. So you start helping them. And when I say helping them, I'm talking about you start helping your twin, in a sense. See, you start praying for them. That's that protection. You start, again, even if you didn't like them at that time period, you always going to love them. So you always going to make sure that they good. Even if you couldn't be close to them, to make sure certain things had to be understood. See, they was going through certain things, but they ain't realized what was happening. Then all of a sudden, those loud bombs that start dropping around them, they started being able to break through those sirens calls that was calling them in. They starting to see. They starting to flee. They starting to retract. See, you now at the top of the mountain using your light to attract. See, you then went to God and told them exactly where them ops was at. So one by one, you start plucking them off, in a sense. Oh, you was playing with them, you getting out of here. Oh, you was trying to turn us against each other, you getting out of here. You got to realize that what some of these karmics will do. Some of these karmics see or was told by either readers or certain things that they was told that your heart was somewhere else. Or saying you had some goals that y'all had a mission to do, because believe it or not, some of these jobs is based upon the fact that you still here alive, is based upon the fact that you're supposed to be connecting with certain people. So when you choose not to, when God gives you an opportunity to cross paths with your true partner, this is your authentic match. This is somebody, again, you perfect. It's like you looking at a reflection when you look at them. When God tells you that this is your person and what y'all supposed to do, if you choose not to step up, you're going to be held accountable. Because, again, the whole purpose that you got brought back is based upon the fact that you two were supposed to connect. Y'all supposed to be achieving certain goals, certain things that's supposed to be happening. So I want you to realize that these karmics will try to cause chaos. So again, when I say that certain people that you may think from your past, these are people that you may have crossed paths with. You may have had a false start with. This is not somebody that was abusing you, using you. This is not somebody that was trying to destroy you. None of that. This is simply somebody that when you two met, y'all may have had other things going on that y'all two couldn't connect. Whether or not it was this job kept them busy, whether or not it was the children kept y'all disparted, whether or not it was family that didn't have approval, so on and so forth. There was something that tried to come in between, because they knew that if y'all connected, that certain things was going to be seen. See, they didn't try to have you turn on your twin or turn on your partner, turn on your true friend, somebody who's truly there for you and is providing you protection. They try to get y'all two to take each other out because you a reflection of them. So if you have a twin out there or a soulmate, your true partner, your true, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it, your divine kingdom spouse, all of that, right? They are going to try to. You have one of one type of energy. And what is a twin flame or your actual soulmate? Is somebody that your soul was split up, in a sense. God was like, listen, I want you to, I'm going to separate y'all, but I want y'all to find each other again. That's what happened. So when you finally get reconnected, certain individuals are going to try to intercept it. They're going to try to persuade this person that they the true person. They're going to try to convince this person that if they walk away, they turning away from their family. They're going to try to deter them by dangling certain things in their aura. As far as, drinking, drugs, sex, evil thinking, quick scams, success, certain insecurities, all of that. A mess. They'll sit there and try to get you two to target each other because the only person that can take you out is you. And if this person is your other half, then that means that that person could take you out in a sense too. So they try to get y'all two to turn on each other. But when they do that, they don't realize what they going to do is by having y'all turn on each other. Y'all turn towards each other, even if you got your swords up in a sense. And right before y'all go to strike, you start connecting again, realizing that this was a setup, that they had you go against your true divine friends. See, I want you to realize something, chosen ones. They almost got so close to having you go against your true person. They had y'all thinking each other was setting each other up. Whole time it was the outside source doing it. They thought that they again made a few changes and thought they negatively had influenced it. See, they didn't think. They thought that when you left that person, that you was leaving them permanently. So when you had to walk away, they try to turn to that person and tell them that you left them, that you abandoned them, that you don't love them, that you want to destroy them, that all of these things that they said that you said. Whole time they don't realize that you got away because you was about to go get help and you was about to come back and get them. See, no child left behind. So when you got on higher ground, you started training, you start getting your strength. That's equivalent to you finding yourself, your confidence, you truly going within, you aligning with your purpose to provide that path for your friend, your twin, your spouse, so on and so forth. See, they thought that you left them the whole time you was looking out. You got to higher ground and you start taking out exactly who was trying to try them. See, at the end of this, everybody who was attacking them is gone. And if they not dead yet, they going to be. Because that's what they intended for you. They was your enemies. So let me tell you, by you getting on higher ground, by you getting closer to God, by you vouching for this person, letting them know, like, listen, they under illusion the whole time. When you started seeing clarity and you realized what was happening, you start again taking out those individuals that was attacking them. See, in your absence, they thought they was alone. Whole time there was a stronger presence there. You understand me? So now guess what? They starting to see certain things clear. They seeing who's getting taken out around them. And when they getting taken out, they seeing this person in a sense is caught in action. So there's certain things that's starting to get enlightened and illuminated that you may have been saying, that you've been trying to persuade them. You may have been trying to tell them. You may have been trying to help them. They may not have seen it like that, but now they do. And now these individuals, in a sense, are on their way back to you. I'm trying to tell you, certain individuals, you got to pay attention. Certain individuals were your true divine partners, people that your mother could have had you caught up in doing what she wanted you to do. She could have had you fearful to connect with other people. Your father could have abandoned you, your mother, so on and so forth. There's certain situations that happen to try to come in between you two. Now y'all starting to see that clearly, and now y'all coming back. They try to turn y'all two against each other, and now y'all turn to each other, and now y'all see through each other, and you see what it is. But it took for one person to step up in order for certain things to get illuminated. You had to do it. You understand me? You had to do it. So those people that you like, damn, I feel like I had to let them go because God told me to. But I still feel them connected to me. I still speak to them telepathically. There's times I got to tune them out because, again, they not doing what God asked them to do. You can't help people who are trying to help themselves. You can't give. That's almost like, I say this all the time. That's almost like there's certain individuals in a sense that were dependent on you. You try to show them foul things that other individuals were going to do. And when those people tried to attack them, those individuals came back to you. You recharged them and they still went back to those same people. So there's times that you had to turn away. That's equivalent to somebody asking you for help with homework. And you saying, okay, I can help you. I can show you what to do. But they don't want that help. They want you to do it for them in a sense. They want all the work to fall on you. So now you having to tell them, listen, I can't help you if you're not trying to help yourself. And they had an attitude. They may have sat there mad, arms folded, crossed. They may have felt sad. They may have felt like you abandoned them whole time. Again, you had to leave them to save them. Because, again, they were too dependent on your energy in a sense. They had to find their own strength within. They had to learn it. so that they don't have to keep depending on you in order to provide that insight, that protection, that love, light, and abundance. Now y'all two both got it, so therefore y'all getting it times two. You understand me? I want you to realize that, chosen ones. Sometimes you gotta leave people behind in order to get them ahead. Sometimes you see that certain people's attacking them, but they caught in some type of illusion. You're going to have to go to the source, in a sense, to silence those ops out. So now when they no longer to be able to sing, see, this is equivalent to when I say that siren song that draws them in, this could be people trying to persuade them with money to stick with them. This is them trying to persuade them if they leave, certain chaos was going to happen to them. Make them believe that, oh, everybody's going to be so hopeless without them, or that they're going to be abandoned if they sat there and walked away from them. Whole time, that was just a song that they were singing. So when you stop that song, that sound from getting to them, when you started making sure your voice was loud enough to cover over them, when you start, again, that's your voice getting loud is equivalent to God. God is not silent. God, you going to hear God. You going to feel God. God is not quiet. So therefore, again, you got on your divine tip. You start getting closer to God. You start praying higher to God. You start praying stronger to God. Every time you intuitively felt like somebody was going to attack your partner, you went ahead and went into prayer. You went ahead and went in protective mode. You knew what you needed to do in order to save and spare their souls. See, you was stopping the source. You was stopping the sound. So when you went and started getting everybody who was attacking them and taking them down, this was equivalent to you, this person that was trying to sabotage their money, stop their money. Okay, you start praying to God for their abundance. So therefore, you stop that source. You start praying, God, anybody who's trying to sabotage my success, anybody who's trying to stop our abundance that you gave us, God, so on and so forth. When you went to prayer, and you start really moving like that, when you realize that they couldn't stop you, they wasn't able to even have access to your track. When you realized that and kept moving on with your purpose, they wasn't sabotaging nothing. And all of their money is stopping. So now that's one last song that they can sing. You stop that. This older mother figure act like she was all religious. Could have sat there and been doing black magic to you, end them. So what did you do? Had to make sure that you ended them. Why? Because you gave it to God. You told God you knew what they was doing. You was in on the plot. God was like, oh yeah, you caught when we like, yeah, he like, cool. Now guess what? What's happening? They getting destroyed. Oh, this father figure try to keep you close in order to try to get his come up. Oh, his ass getting it too. Oh, this baby mother or baby father was doing some things. Oh, they about to catch the blues. Anybody who stopped you from performing the job that God asked you to do, they getting cleared out. You understand me? So, chosen ones, this is equivalent. Again, you coming back, being a chosen one, having certain gifts that you got because you think everybody can be in tune like you. Not everybody got intuition, chosen one. Not everybody got discernment, chosen one. Not everybody got favoritism, chosen one, because not everybody's a seed of God. You understand me? So you thinking that you got gifts that everybody got, and that's not the case. You golden. They know this. Now let's talk. You came back for one job, whether or not it was you aligning with this person and you supposed to bring a spiritual baby through, whether or not you supposed to connect with this person and y'all's career is supposed to help save other people, whether or not you supposed to do, there's certain jobs and positions that you supposed to be playing. And when there's other individuals distracting you, what does God have to do but remove these people? Thinking class, right? You doing your work, you doing the test, you doing things that God told you to do. All of a sudden, you got the person sitting next to you that's a class clown. They keep sitting there messing with you. They throwing spitballs, flinging pencils, laughing, looking at your paper, copying, all of this, right? Being a distraction. So God called your name. You looked up. Like, I'm doing my work. You look over to them like, hey, yo, chill out, shut up. Like, you understand? God was calling your name to get your attention. Like, hey, listen, I want you to stay focused. Know that I see what's going on, and I got you. So all of a sudden, you went back to work and these people kept trying to distract you. That's like your karmics trying to use sexual gestures to get you back, using magic to manipulate your mind, try to put you in a trap, try to use your children against you, so on and so forth. These are equivalent to that student that was next to you trying to distract you from doing the task that God gave you. So time after time and again, you kept trying to regain your attention. You kept trying to get back focused. You kept having to go over your work, erase this, start over for that. You had to do all of these things based upon this person and that person that was causing a distraction. So what did God do? He now sees what's happening around you. And now God sees how they was having an impact on you, but you was persistent to keep moving through. So what is he going to do but remove these people from having access to you? So there's certain individuals that are getting removed. Some people are removing themselves from this karmic finally. And there's other people that are getting removed from this karmic finally. Because if you don't listen to what God tells you to do, sometimes you may not like at times how he makes certain things move. He told you they bad for you. So in order for you to get the abundance, you got to get away from these people. And you staying around these people, which means you not getting your abundance. And God's like, we not doing that. So now he's forcing your ass to get away from them. You hear me? Trying to tell you. Anybody who was a distraction. So those people who thought they was doing magic and chaos to turn you against your partner, to have you giving up on love, because they know if you give up on love, your main job here to do is love individuals. Your main job here to do is connect with a certain individual. Your main job and task here, the job requirement in order for you to stay here, is for you to be loved. So if they get you to stop loving, that means you not being nothing, and now you're going to get fired from that position. You understand me? So I want you to realize that sometimes God will sit there and again tell you or remove certain individuals around you that's causing a distraction, because these individuals trying to get you to give up on love. They trying to get you to give up on your true person. I'm not talking about the karmics. So those who be like, oh, no, you don't go past to the past. We talking about you don't go back to no past karmic. There's certain people that you cross paths with them just for a quick instant so you can look through to them and you see what you're supposed to do with them. And then God had you go back to close out certain cycles so that y'all two can reconnect. They could have met you when you was with somebody. You could have met them when they was with somebody. And they could have, again, went back to those to create some type of ending. You don't know. Don't listen to those people talking about, no, guys, just give up. No, they don't know your story. Now, if it was a karmic, if it was somebody abusive, somebody that was sitting there doing evil things to you, trying to take your life from you, of course, this is not who you're supposed to reconnect with. If God is telling you that this is not your person, then God's not going to allow them to get access to you. And those people that you temporarily walked away from, whether or not it was a few months, whether or not it was a few years, a few seasons, so on and so forth, that love remained the same. You may not have liked them, but you didn't always love them. You didn't always protect them, even if you didn't tell them. You understand me? I'm trying to tell you. Real love, I'm talking that Mary J. Blige real love, that will never go nowhere. People you're not supposed to love, God will have that love feeling clear. There's people that you, from your past, you can look back and be like, man, shit, I don't give a damn. They the last person on earth. I guess it's not getting repopulated. There's certain people that God has you feel that towards them. God, make sure that you don't make your way towards them. God, make sure that, again, they can't approach you. That, again, they're going to be held accountable for certain things that they was trying to throw at you. There's certain people that will never get the ability to return. But there's certain individuals that you cross paths with them, you may have felt a certain type of way because they had to go back to who they was with, and in order to make a real permanent change, that's what they had to do. They had to go close out those cycles, make sure that they healed before they presented themselves again to you. Now, when you see them, you know that they cleaned up. Now, when you see them, you know that there's nothing that's going to stop y'all from moving up. There's nothing that they going to have to say to make you feel like you can't be free in love. You understand me? I'm trying to tell you, when you two realign or reconnect to have your reunion, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be on a clear slate. They didn't already chose their fate. They chose God, and they knew that in order to choose God, they had to go and be connected with you. That those karmics was keeping them connected to karmic cycles. Now they see through them. They stopped having sex with a lot of people. They stopped having sex at all. A lot of them stopped drinking like that. Certain friends or cousins trying to set them up in a sense. See, there's certain people that was close to them. They going through. See, when you had to walk away from them, you may have felt like it was a death in a sense. Because especially if this was your twin flame, you the other half of them. So therefore, you may have been sick. You may have felt sad. You may have really felt like it was a death in a sense. Because you knew what those people was trying to do, and you were scared for them because outside of your presence, you felt like nobody was going to be protecting them. So there was time with people that you had to, in a sense, mourn them. And right when you think that they was dead and gone, they started to grow momentum. They got their strength back. And now right when you about to take off, they about to have a comeback. See, I'm trying to tell you, there's people that you had to walk away from, and you had to mourn them at that time being, because you didn't know which way they was going to go. If they continue with the karmic, you knew that they demise was guaranteed. But if they chose to go the other way, then you knew that there was good. You didn't already got that prophecy. See, you had to mourn them because you didn't know what decision they was going to do. You had to go save them by saving you. So now, right when you, again, certain things that are starting to catch momentum, now all of a sudden, you're going to realize that they was catching momentum too. You're going to realize that whereas you've been battling. So again, there's a person that you could have been connected with. Certain people could have been attacking both of y'all with black magic. Y'all may not have even been in contact. You may have just called it quits. Even on a friend. This could be a friend, family member, lover, twin, whatever the case may be. Again, put your title on it. There's people that you wasn't in contact with that, again, it almost feels like there's certain individuals that was like, it's like there's somebody you was connected with. And you gotta excuse me because it's real time, so I'm picking up on your energy. I gotta analyze it. So it's almost like there's somebody you was connected with, and they was the golden person of their family. They was the chosen child. Other individuals, there could be cousins. So say your person wanted to be a rapper, a singer. They was intelligent. They was all of these positive things. Certain, say if this was a masculine, they had a masculine cousin that they was close with, that seen the power in them and felt a certain type of way. So low-key try to keep them distracted, try to tell them to talk to multiple women, try to get them to walk away from their true partner, try to get them to steady drinking, steady doing all of these things, thinking that if this person ends them in a sense, that certain divine things wasn't going to come in place. See, there's certain individuals that been setting their people up the whole time because they heard that they person was going to be blessed and favored with wealth, love, and abundance from the divine. So therefore, they knew that they couldn't have access to the things that that person would get. And they knew they couldn't go to where that person was going. So they try to keep that person stuck. Try to keep them from growing. You understand me? I'm trying to tell you. And they may have called these individuals brothers, like, that's my brother. They may have went out and supported their brother at certain shows, rapping and shit. Whole time, that was an act, that was a gimmick. They was trying to be them. Man, listen. Had you given up certain things to appease these people, and you may have been the person that was calling it out, and they try to tell this person that you was evil. They try to turn them on you because they knew that if they turned on you, they was giving up their protection too. So therefore, that's why they try to get people to walk away. But God's not about to play. I'm trying to tell you, it's a change, and they feel that. That's why I'm trying to tell you, these karmics, they stupid. They know that the end's near. They already know the magic that they was doing isn't working. the illusions that they did have on a person is over because they're not sexually connected to them, not eating after them. There's certain karmics that was poisoning that person to try to get something from them. There's certain karmic families too that was keeping. So some of you may have somebody who left something behind. Like somebody may have passed away and they left you something. Left you a house, left you a will, and your family altered some documents and try to act like it was left to somebody else. Whole time it was left to you, or it was left to the person that you was close to. And it almost feels like something's going to pay attention to the contracts that you sign. Because it almost feels like this family lied to this person and told this person. So this person could be you or somebody that you connected to. It's almost like somebody passed away and left everything to this person. And they may have made it seem like this person didn't get shit. Whole time this person got that house, they got this, and the family's trying to work with each other to try to persuade them that they shouldn't get it. It's almost like this person doesn't deserve it. This person doesn't earn it. This person isn't even doing what they're supposed to be doing. And the whole time they saying that because this person is not listening to them, or this person believes in being themselves and not trying to be somebody else to appease them. So there's a family who feels like either your person or you isn't deserving of what was left by another individual. So what they're going to try to do is keep it hidden. But it almost feels like something is going to have to be signed. So they're going to say, listen, if you sign this, that means that you can sign. They're going to make it seem like they signing something over to you. Whole time they trying to get you to sign it over to them. So take your paperwork to some lawyers. Take your paperwork to somebody else, or really take some time to read through it, because it's almost like a family, like, well, sign this and then we could probably forward the house into your name, when really they trying to do the opposite thing. Don't get caught up in it. They lying. Then you got a karmic that was connected to them that feels like they, again, are going to get a come up by being connected to this person. So they may know that there's an inheritance that is connected to them, or that it's coming. So what these karmics try to do is, it feels like slowly poison this person. So this person you could have been losing weight, or this person could have been losing weight, could have been feeling sick, felt like they sealed their fate, or felt like, listen, God must be mad at me or something because of that. It's like somebody thought that they was on a bad end of the karma, when really it wasn't no karma coming to them. It was a karmic creating it. So it's like there's a feminine or in a masculine, but it feels strong on a feminine tip that was poisoning a masculine. And it just feels like this masculine may have thought that he was sick and may have kept going to this feminine energy to help them the whole time. That was who was hurting them. This feminine energy also feels like she was connected to somebody that they was cool with. So it almost feels like somebody that was sleeping with their cousin, their brother, their homeboy, so on and so forth. Whoever this feminine energy is, it feels like behind closed doors, they did a lot of devious things. Somebody who act like they had connections, but they ain't say why they was connected to these people. It feels like they was being sexual. It just feels like a feminine energy. It's a karmic. So this is a feminine, I'm trying to tell you. It just feels like a lot of things is going on behind the scenes that's going to be presented. She could have created fake pages too, sent messages acting like they were somebody else, other individuals. They could have been impersonating you. Shit is... This masculine may have not known, but it's like things is starting to add up. They starting to see. So even if you said something while other people was trying to shut you up, it's like something that you spoke woke them up. It just cut off that sound that those sirens was singing. So justice is going to happen. But it almost feels like there's a masculine who's going to find out that a feminine, as well as a masculine that they're connected to. And this masculine could have told their friend, like, listen, you should be with this feminine energy, not even realizing that that masculine was sleeping with their feminine already. They may have even had a child and they convinced that person for raising that child on behalf of them. Because it feels like a masculine who's feminine slept with a masculine, like a friend or a cousin, got pregnant by them, and had this other masculine who was unknown of it raising the child for them. Listen, y'all might have to do some DNA tests and go through somebody else. Don't go through your karmic. Do a little mouth swap. It's not you denying your child. It's you just making wanting to make sure. Because it feels like there's a masculine who's raising a child of another masculine that they cool with, or they karmic was pregnant by them. And it feels like a karmic that may talk to a masculine that's locked up. So this is somebody that, whoever feminist is, this is somebody who talks to people who's locked up. They may go on little sites to intentionally talk to people who's locked up. But it almost feels like they are dating a masculine that's locked up, as well as a masculine who's about to get locked up that was connected to a masculine that they were connected to. So this is somebody's story. You're going to have to, you understand, apply it how it resonates. I got to tell you as these downloads come in. You understand? And there's somebody in this room right now. So you're going to know if this is your confirmation, because I'm feeling your energy. It just feels like a lot of things is about to come to light. And right when you thought, it's almost like you may have been given warnings. They may not have believed it or been able to see through it. But it just feels like at the last minute, everything gets illuminated to them. So these karmics may have thought they had the perfect plan. And at the last minute, this person is going to reject them. It almost feels like a karmic who's trying to get pregnant or get married to a person. So this karmic could have been out here scamming or manipulating people. And it almost feels like the federales is on them. They about to get locked up. But it's almost like they want to hurry up and marry this masculine to try to get him to go down for what they going down for. So be cautious, because there's a feminine. It's strong on a feminine. It feels like they are trying to get this masculine to go into some type of contract with them, go into some type of an agreement with them, or merge with them in order to get them to go down for what they supposed to be going at. Because it feels like this feminine's going to try to flip the story on this masculine. So it feels like somebody trying to set up this masculine, like leave his belongings at a scene of a crime, or say that this masculine told them that they did something. It just feels like a feminine that lied on the masculine that they was connected to try to save themselves from karma. But that shit ain't going to work. God's coming after you. You understand me? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. So definitely be cautious, because it definitely feels like that. And y'all gotta excuse me because my allergies is up. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep doing that, but sheesh. So it definitely does feel like that, all right? It definitely does. Everything's coming to light. They try, if they set somebody up for money. So it's almost like a feminine who got her other masculines that she was connected to set up her masculine. And when they robbed him of all this money or whatever they did, it almost feels like this masculine went to her and she was able to help him, not realizing that the money she was helping with was his. It's like a feminine, there's a feminine karma that's very destructive. And it feels like, again, they out here. They set up a masculine, got some type of money from him with somebody that he's connected with. It feels like everybody took a piece in a sense, but he came back to her thinking that she was saving him the whole time. She was the one hurting. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. You're going to have to analyze it. You may be connecting telepathically with that person. Just know things is getting cleared out. So if you know that, sir, there's somebody that you had a connection with, but again, you had to leave them in order to save them because they didn't see what other people was doing, just know things is getting illuminated and vindication is here. And if those people was lying on you, doing certain things to spy on you, was out here manipulating you, whether it was through magic, whether or not it was them trying to stop your finances, so on and so forth, know that everybody's going to be held accountable. But be cautious, because it feels like you ain't got to be cautious. Just be on it. Because it feels like these karmics are really, like, they know that they lost. So it's almost like they're going to try to do certain things to persuade you not to like this person, or almost like, well, if y'all get together, I'll make sure that y'all's life will never be easy. And it's like, be easy, shorty. You're not going to be around long. So it almost feels like there's somebody who's like, if these two get together, I'm gonna make their life miserable. I'm gonna be commenting on their shit. I'm gonna be all up under their posts with it. I'm gonna spread lies about them. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pop this. And it's like, God's about to pop off. Your ass ain't even about to be here no more. You got big plans for a corpse. You got big plans for somebody who's a corpse. I'm trying to tell you. How you got so big plans on people reconnecting with they true feminines or masculines? You got big plans for somebody who's not about to be here. Like, shorty, you must be talking about when you come back many, many lifetimes from now. Because you damn sure, you damn near dead. And they know it. Because you starting to see get reflected on them again. They aging very fast. See, you aging gracefully. You've always shown, you know, your natural glow. But there's certain individuals that's out here aging in puppy years now based upon the black magic that they did. And half of them did it on the wrong individuals because they truly didn't know who was rocking with them. I'm trying to tell you, you can't bully me if God's backing me. You can't do it. You can't. How you gonna bully me when God's backing me? Like, man, you about to get beat the fuck up. That's how it happened. Like, you can't, there's no beating me. I don't have to fight you. It's like having bodyguards around me 24/7. As soon as you try to make a move, they about to attack you. And I'm trying to tell you, ain't no fair fights with my ancestors. They gonna make sure that you tap out. Because that's the go-ahead that God gave them. He like, anybody who try to stop so-and-so from aligning with their purpose or aligning with their true person or making sure that certain ancestors come through or helping other people break through certain cycles. Anybody who's trying to sabotage that, I want you to stop that and get their ass up out of here. And that's what he's doing. They about to be done. You got to make sure that you are willing to stand in your truth, stand solid. No matter who try to target you, you laugh at them like, yeah, that was cute. But now, God's turn. Y'all did all of that. Now look at you. Aging. Looking terrible. That's on you. And when I say aging again, aging is a beautiful thing. That shows that you still live it. I'm talking about these individuals. You see the demons coming out of them. I'm trying to tell you, puppy years. Like, shorty. You just went from 5 years to looking like you 50, shorty. Something ain't right. You understand me? So pay attention to that. Excuse me, y'all. Again, my allergies is real messing up, so I'm about to get up off of here. But just know that everything's about to be illuminated. But these people that may have let their people persuade them to walk away, or these people who felt like they couldn't walk away at that time being because they had to help other individuals, just know that they're going to have to walk to you now. Now, again, no child's left behind, so you going to stay ahead. You up on the mountains, making sure that you, in a sense, are looking over them. You looking over them with prayer. You providing protection. You telepathically connecting to them. See, you keep doing it. Them karmics are now stuck in that same illusion they thought that you was going to be in. See, when they was spinning these webs, they ain't realized you was going to be elevated. So therefore, the only person trapped in those webs is them. They done ran all these shit around them, and now they stuck in it. They done did all these illusions. Now you stuck in it. Now we out. So nobody's going to stop you from being with who you supposed to be. Only time they going to stop you is if they persuade you to stop. So therefore, in a sense, they stopping you because they persuaded you to stop you. We not doing that. You heard me? Get it together. Keep going. I don't care how you start. Just start. You don't need nobody to do it. Just get it done. Okay? You got all the steps. You got everything you need. You got all the pieces of the puzzle. You just got to turn this shit around. Turn it around. The same gifts that you got, the same purpose you got, the same skills you got is the same thing that's going to get you success. You just waiting for your opportunity to be presented. That's it. So why not 555 in the room? So why not sit there and have all your plans already? You already know these prayers are coming through, so why not be prepared for the prayers that you're praying for? That's it. The difference between you and individuals who did the work and already made it is the fact that the opportunity came through. Don't you think God's about to present that opportunity for you because he's seen what you did for other people? If you could build other people up, don't you think you still had the same ability to build you too? Oh, all right. Everybody that you talk to, you make feel better. You find solutions to their problems. You helpful. You don't think you can do the same about you? How that work? You can do it for everybody else. You don't think you can do it for you? And when you do it for you, you favor. So therefore, those blessings come 3 times 2. Because not only are you chosen, you're backing you, God's backing you too. You out here speaking life into these people, and because you speaking life into them, that's what they seeing. Now imagine God already has favoritism over you, already has certain things perfectly aligned for you, that all you have to do is walk in order to get to him. Don't you know how strong you gonna be? I'm trying to tell you. Nobody can bully you when God's backing you. Remember that. You understand me? You did it for others. Do it for you. And if you did it before, do it again. You understand me? You got this. Don't allow individuals to get to you. Don't allow individuals to make you feel a certain type of way. Continue to be good. You understand me? Be positive. Nobody can bully you if God's backing you. But listen, I got to get up off of here because my allergies is starting to doop. How our ancestors knocking their asses up? My allergies is getting to me. All this pollen falling around and shit. Got my eyes itching. Got my nose all tingling. Got me sniffing on here. You understand? But listen, I love you so much. I appreciate y'all. Again, y'all know I'm going to upload this live a little later on YouTube. But if y'all ain't heard, you heard how Biden talking about he about to ban TikTok. Follow me on another platform. I got Instagram and I got YouTube. Make sure that we able to still be aligned, all right? Also, again, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm coming to you, baby, April 22nd. Again, it's a private setting, so there's not a lot of tickets. It's really going to be personal. Just know when you get your tickets, there's going to be security there. No weapons at all. Not no mace, not no taser, not no gun, none of that. So you're going to make sure that you go through security and you good, because not only are you going to be comfortable, but everybody around you going to be comfortable too. You understand me? So security going to be there. We got good vibes, good energy. We're going to be able to read the room in real time. You understand me? So I'm trying. Somebody said no nines, no Nathan, baby. No Nathan, baby. None of that. We not doing none of that, all right? So listen, if you ever get confused, remember, I'll never message you for a reading. So if there's ever profiles reaching out to you to ask you for a reading, that's not me. I want you to block them and report them immediately, all right? Remember, my readings can only be booked from the link in my bio, but you got to be ready to receive it. Because again, I'm going to provide you a confirmation. I'm going to tell you about your family, your friends, what you do, what they do, so on and so forth. So you got to be ready to receive it. I simply am the confirmation to you, all right? Also, dang, what was I going to say? Okay, so I'm going to upload this live later. I love y'all so much. Just know I'm not going to be doing readings for much longer because I'm going to be doing some more traveling as far as shows. So I may start to change as far as my readings availability. We may just do weekends or we may do weeks. It'll switch up. I'll let y'all know, all right? But I love y'all so much. Y'all continue to be great. The link's in my bio for the tickets to Greensboro, North Carolina. That's who I'm coming next towards. Then I'll tell you other locations that we're going to take it to. I love you so much. Y'all continue to be great, all right?